In this video, we are going to deal with equivalent metric. Let's start with the definition of equivalent metric. Suppose X is a set and D dash are two metrics on your set capital X. Then D and D dash are said to be equivalent on X if for any subset U of X, the condition U is D open if and only if U is D dash open is satisfied. That means if you have any subset U of your X, then U is open with respect to the metric D if and only if U is open with respect to the metric D dash, then the matrix D and D dash are said to be equivalent on your set capital X. Now, next proposition gives us one more condition to decide when our matrix D and D dash will be equivalent on our set capital X. Let's see the statement of the proposition. Suppose D and D dash are two matrices on our set capital X. Then the proposition says that these two matrices D and D dash will be equivalent if and only if for any element small x of our set capital X, any open ball centered at X with respect to the metric D contains an open ball centered at X only but with respect to the metric D dash, and any open ball centered at X with respect to the metric D dash contains an open ball centered at X only but with respect to the metric D. That means D and D dash are equivalent if and only if any open ball centered at X of some radius R with respect to metric D contains some open ball centered at X only for of some radius rho but with respect to the metric D dash, and any open ball centered at X of radius S for some positive S with respect to metric D dash contains an open ball centered at X of some radius sigma, where sigma is again positive real number with respect to the metric D. Let's see the proof of the proposition. First, we assume D and D dash are equivalent. They are equivalent, that means a set U is D open if and only if it is D dash open also. We will assume D and D dash are equivalent and prove that this condition of our proposition will be satisfied. Let's see the proof. Take U equal to open ball centered at X of radius R with respect to the metric D. I have written it to be B suffix D of X comma R. Now it is open ball with respect to the metric D, and we know open ball is open set. Therefore, U is open with respect to the metric D. Therefore, that is what I have written. U is D open. Now, since D and D dash are equivalent, by definition of equivalent metric, we will have U is open with respect to the metric D dash also. And as X is an element of U and U is open with respect to D dash, what you will get by the definition of open set, there exists some positive real number rho such that open ball centered at X of radius rho with respect to the metric D dash is subset of U. And that proves the first part of our condition. And second part of our condition, the proof will exactly go in the same manner. Here I have written that you assume your V to be open ball centered at X of radius S with respect to the metric D prime. Now V is open ball with respect to the metric D dash. Therefore, it is an open set also with respect to the metric D dash. So what you have, V is open with respect to D dash and D dash is equivalent to D. Therefore, by definition of equivalent metric, V is open with respect to D also. And by definition of open set, as X belongs to V, you have there exists sigma greater than 0 such that open ball centered at X of radius sigma with respect to the metric D is subset of V. That proves that proves the second part of your condition. Now, converse. For converse, we will assume that this condition hold and we will prove d and d dash are equivalent on x. So for converse, I have written, suppose the condition given in the proposition holds, and now we will prove d and d dash are equivalent. That means if we take any subset of x which is open with respect to d, we will prove it will be open with respect to d dash also, and if it is open with respect to d dash, it is open with respect to d also. Now take a subset w of x and assume w is open with respect to the metric d. If y belongs to W, then by definition of open set, there exists a positive real number R1 such that open ball centered at y of radius R1 with respect to the metric D totally lies inside W. Now, by given condition of our proposition, there exists S1 greater than 0 such that this open ball BDYR1 contains an open ball centered at y only, but with respect to the metric D dash. That means there exists S1 greater than 0 such that BD dash Y S1 is subset of BDY R1. Thus, for any y inside W, what you have got, there exists S1 greater than 0 such that BD dash Y S1 is subset of W, because BD dash Y S1 is subset of BDY R1 and BDY R1 is subset of W. Therefore, BD dash Y S1 is subset of W, and that proves that W is open with respect to the metric D dash. Secondly, you have to prove if any set W dash is there of your set capital X. If W dash is subset of your X and it is D dash open, you have to prove it is D open. Now proof will be exactly same. You assume an element Z inside W dash. So there exists R2 greater than 0 such that BD dash Z R2 is subset of W dash, because W dash is open with respect to D dash and Z belong to W dash. So by definition of open set, there exists a positive real number R2 such that open ball centered at Z of radius R2 with respect to the metric D dash lies totally inside W dash. Now, by given condition of our proposition, there exists a positive real number S2 greater than 0 such that BD S2 is subset of BD dash Z R2. That means the condition we have, any open ball centered at Z with respect to the metric D dash will contain open ball centered at Z only, but with respect to the metric D. So that condition we have used. What does it mean? BDZ S2 is subset of BD dash Z R2, but BD dash Z R2 is subset of W dash. So for any Z in W dash, you can find an positive real number S2 greater than 0 such that BDZ S2, that means open ball centered at Z of radius S2 with respect to the metric D, is subset of W dash, and that proves W dash is D open. So you have proved if the condition of proposition holds, then any set if you take which is D open, that will be D dash open also, and if you take any set which is D dash open, that will be D open also, and that proves that D and D dash, these two metrics are equivalent. Now next example we have, I have taken a metric space x comma D and define my delta to be d of xy, means delta of xy equal to d of xy upon 1 plus d of xy for any x and y, and we are asked to prove that d and delta are equivalent metrics. Let's try to prove it. Before proving D and delta are equivalent, we should first make sure that delta is first of all metric on our set capital X. For that, you take three element XYZ inside your set capital X. Now we will prove one by one all the three conditions which your delta should satisfy to be a metric. First condition, for any x comma y, For any x and y, delta of xy should be greater equal 0 and it is equal to 0 if and only if x is equal to y. Now what is your delta xy? Delta xy is dxy upon 1 plus dxy. Now d is metric on x, therefore dxy is greater equal 0. So numerator is greater equal 0. Denominator is 1 plus dxy greater equal 0, 1 is greater equal 0, so 1 plus dxy is greater equal 0. So numerator is greater equal 0, denominator is greater equal 0. So overall you can say delta of xy is greater equal 0. Now we will analyze when it will be equal to 0. If delta of xy is 0, that means your numerator should be equal to 0. That means delta of xy is 0 if and only if dxy is equal to 0. But d is metric and dxy is equal to 0 if and only if x is equal to y. Therefore, you can say delta xy is 0 if and only if x is equal to y. Second, symmetricity. For that, consider delta of xy. Delta of xy is dxy upon 1 plus dxy. Now d is metric, so dxy I can write it as dyx. Here also dxy in denominator I can write it as dyx and this will give you delta of yx. So delta is symmetric. Now the triangle inequality for metric. Note that D is metric, so triangle inequality with respect to D holds. That means for any x and z, d of xz is less equal dxy plus dyz. Now consider our delta xz. Delta xz, dxz upon 1 plus dxz. So what I will do? I will add and subtract 1. So numerator will become 1 plus dxz minus 1. Now I will separate the denominator, so 1 plus dxz upon 1 plus dxz minus 1 upon 1 plus dxz. So the first part 1 plus dxz and 1 plus dxz will get cancelled and you can say it is equal to 1 minus 1 upon 1 plus dxz. Now here 1 upon 1 plus dxz minus 1 upon 1 plus dxz, I have written it to be less equal minus 1 upon 1 plus dxy plus dyz. That will follow from the triangle inequality of D. See here, dxz is less equal dxy plus dyz. Therefore, 1 plus dxz is less equal 1 plus dxy plus dyz. And if you take reciprocal, you will have 1 upon 1 plus dxz is greater equal 1 upon 1 plus dxy plus dyz. But if you multiply by minus, again the inequality will change and it will give you minus 1 upon 1 plus dxz is less equal minus 1 upon 1 plus dxy plus dyz. So that is how this inequality I have got. Now again I will make the denominator same. So I will have 1 plus dxy dyz minus 1 upon 1 plus dxy plus dyz. 1 and 1 get cancelled and I will have dxy plus dyz in the numerator. Again I will separate the denominator. So I will have dxy upon 1 plus dxy plus dyz and dyz upon 1 plus dxy plus dyz. This is means since dxy and dyz are positive, I can say this part is less equal dxy upon 1 plus dxy and dyz upon 1 plus dxy dyz is less equal dyz upon 1 plus dyz, because d of yz as well as d of xy both are greater equal 0. So I can have this inequality. Now this is your delta of xy, this is your delta of yz. So you started with delta of xz and proved that delta of xz is less equal delta of xy plus delta of yz. So it shows that delta is metric on x. Now we will prove d and delta are equivalent. For that, we will make use of the statement of last proposition. Assume an open ball BDXR with respect to the metric D in your metric space x, D. According to the last proposition, we would like to find an positive real number s such that b delta xs is subset of bd xr. So here one guess I have made. I have chosen my s to be r upon 1 plus r. And how this guess I have guessed this, that will be clear once we will see the further part of our proof. So you take s equal to r upon 1 plus r, because r is greater than 0, so r upon 1 plus r is also greater than 0. And we claim that for this s, b delta x comma s is subset of bd x comma r. So to prove this, you take a element a inside your b delta xs. This give that distance between x and a with respect to the metric delta is less than s. So delta of xa is less than s. Therefore, what you have is dxa upon 1 plus dxa is less than r upon 1 plus r, because delta xa is dxa upon 1 plus dxa, and your s you have chosen it to be r upon 1 plus r. So you have this inequality. What will it give you further? If you take the reciprocal, you will have, see here, now you take the reciprocal. So 1 plus dxa upon dxa is greater than 1 plus r upon r. That is what I have written. 1 plus dxa upon dxa is greater than 1 plus r upon r. And this implies you separate the denominator. So 1 upon dxa plus dxa upon dxa, which is 1. So you have 1 plus 1 upon dxa is greater than, here also you separate the denominator to get 1 plus 1 upon r. 1 and 1 get cancelled. You have 1 upon dxa is greater than 1 upon r. And again you take the reciprocal, that will give you dxa is less than r. What does it mean? A belong to bxr with respect to the metric d. So here I have written that A belong to open ball centered at x of radius r with respect to the metric d. So you started with an element A of b delta xs and proved that it belonged to bd xr, and that proves that b delta x comma s is subset of bd x comma r. Next, other way around we want to prove. So you consider an open ball centered at y of radius s dash with respect to the metric delta, and we will prove it will contain some open ball centered at y only but with respect to the metric d. So we want to find r dash greater than 0 such that open ball centered at y of radius r dash with respect to the metric d lies totally inside b delta y s dash. Now here you note that for every p and q in your set x, delta of pq is less than 1. So that is just an observation by the way you have defined your delta, because the way you have defined your delta is dxy upon 1 plus dxy. That means denominator is always greater than numerator. So this quantity is always going to be less than 1. So that is the observation I have written here. For any p comma q, delta of pq is less than 1. So depending on that, we will make cases. If s dash which you have, the open ball with respect to the metric delta which you have considered, that s dash, if it is greater equal 1, then your b delta y s dash is equal to whole set capital X. And in that case, any r dash greater than 0 will give you b dy r dash is subset of b delta y s dash. That is obvious. If s dash is greater equal 1, what does it mean? if you to consider this open ball B delta Y S dash, so a element Z belong to this if and only if distance between Z and Y is less equal S dash is sorry, a element Z belong to this open ball B delta Y S dash if distance between Z and Y is strictly less than S dash, but that distance is with respect to the metric delta. That means delta of Y and Z should be less than S dash. But if your S dash is greater equal 1, that means distance between Z and Y should be strictly less than 1. But this holds for every pair of element inside your capital X. Therefore, this ball will contain whole set capital X. And in that case, whatever R prime you choose, that will give you the condition B dy R dash is subset of B delta Y S dash. Second, if S dash is less than 1, in that case, I have made a guess. You choose your R dash to be S dash upon 1 minus S dash. Since S dash is less than 1, 1 minus S dash is positive. So you have R dash is positive. Now we will prove for this R dash, B dy R dash is subset of B delta Y S dash. So take a element B inside this open ball B dy R dash. This gives d of yb is less than R dash. Now consider dyb upon 1 plus dyb, that is, it is delta of yb. This is equal to, you add and subtract 1 in the numerator. So 1 plus dyb minus 1 upon 1 plus dyb. So this is equal to delta yb equal to, separate the denominator. So you will have 1 plus dyb upon 1 plus dyb minus 1 upon 1 plus dyb. So the first will get cancelled to give you 1. So it is 1 minus 1 upon 1 plus dyb. Now dyb is less than R dash. Therefore 1 plus dyb is less than 1 plus R dash. Therefore if you take reciprocal, 1 upon 1 plus dyb is greater than 1 upon 1 plus R dash. And now if you multiply by minus, again the inequality will reverse to give you minus 1 upon 1 plus dyb is less than minus 1 upon 1 plus R dash. So that is what I have got. 1 minus 1 upon 1 plus dyb is less than 1 minus 1 upon 1 plus R dash. Now you make the denominator equal. So you will have 1 plus R dash minus 1 upon 1 plus R dash. 1 and 1 get cancelled to give you R dash upon 1 plus R dash. Now what R dash we have chosen? We have chosen our R dash to be S dash upon 1 minus S dash. So R dash is S dash upon 1 minus S dash into 1 plus S dash upon 1 minus S dash. And you can do a simple calculation to get that this expression is same as S dash, and that will give you delta yb is less than S dash. So it implies B belongs to the open ball B delta y comma S dash. So you started with the element of B dy R dash and prove it belongs to B delta Y S dash. That proves that B dy R dash is subset of B delta Y S dash, and that proves D and delta are equivalent metrics on X.